This is an outdoor electrical box. It's their smaller version, the 7 3/4 by 3 1/4, and it's the brown color. So this guy has nail hanging holes on the bottom, or you can just leave it set out. I was sent this to review for free. If you wanted to purchase it, it would cost you about $15. So the back of the label has the how to use instructions. It says it includes a 1 9/16 screw for the nail hanging holes, some wall anchors, a couple of pieces of Velcro and cable ties to align things up. How to use: open it, put your power things in, plug them in, put the cables out the hole, and then step 4 is mount the outlet box on a wall or a supporting surface. The way these hanging hooks are set up, you can put the screws into the wall and kind of just hang this up, or you can drive them down at kind of a 45-degree angle through these slots here, and just kind of hook it directly to the wall where it won't have a chance of falling off if it gets bumped. So it has these cam locks, one on each side, so there's not a hinge, it's just the lid comes completely off. And the lid does have a rubber gasket all the way around, and then it has this kind of cable gland gasket thing on either end, and your accessories are included in the box. So you have some 3M, Velcro, cable ties, and then the aforementioned mounting screws. And they have here some kind of plastic cable holder, strain relief here, and so the idea is you put a cable through each of these holes. Now, you don't have to mount it to the wall. I'm just going to be using this to connect 2 extension cords together. So I'm going to be laying it outside, and it'll just protect the connection. So it's waterproof plastic. It's not super thick. I mean, I can just kind of pinch this with my fingers and it deforms a little bit. So once the lid's on, the lid helps hold its shape. So this is what it looks like when I have these 2 extension cords connected together here out in the lawn, and basically this cable goes in there, that cable goes in there. Those little plastic things hold that in place, so that does a pretty good job of strain relief. So these 2 little cam locks hold that lid down, kind of a roof. Looking on the side here, it's still bent in just a little bit. So I'm not 100% certain it's actually hitting the gasket in there or not. Now obviously, if it's sitting like this, all the water is going to hit that lid and run off and down and around. And so you can see there's tiny little gaps there around that cable, so you might potentially have a little water ingress there. But as long as you keep this guy in this orientation, it holds it off the ground a couple of inches, and so if you have a little bit of water pooling around it, this base will keep that out, and then rain coming down will flow around it. So it's better than having your extension cords out in the weather. It's not watertight. There are a couple little gaps here and there, but it's going to keep rain and most windblown rain mostly out of the box. I think if you have a really serious rainstorm, you probably want to come out and check it just to make sure no water has gotten inside. So I'm not super impressed as like this is a perfect solution for waterproofing this, but I think it's certainly much better than your extension cord just sitting out in the lawn. So I don't think I would want to pay $15 for this. I'm going to be using it. I got it to review for free, and it's certainly better than what I had before. But I suspect there's a better solution out on the market that does a little better water protection at that $15 price point.